Hi ladies, welcome to Let Her Talk. Here you learn the power within yourselves. You hear amazing stories of women who desire to be the athlete of their lives inside of the mat and outside of the mat, and how to defend yourself without using just your physical strength. So stay tuned. Hi ladies, welcome to Let Her Talk. My guest today, she's a very special guest to me. She's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, she's a photographer, and she works as a digital engagement in her team. Also, she's my soulmate. Welcome Amanda to Let Her Talk. Thank you so much for being here with me. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's go straight to the questions, okay? I have 20 questions straight away for you. Without think, I just wanted the answer straight away.
Wow.
Okay? So what's your hometown?
Geneva.
Geneva.
In Switzerland,
yeah. So favorite move, gender?
So
Favorite move? Yeah, so comedy or like horror movie? Like
Oh gosh. Maybe The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, I really love that one.
Morning person or night?
Oh, I feel like I'm a night person, but I'm becoming a morning person, which I'm hating, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah, you get used to, right? Yeah. So I did as well. I used to be very nice because, especially because before I used to work as a designer, so it's kind of like nobody bothers me,
Exactly.
isn't it? I think more people who come from artistic side, it's more a night person.
Completely.
But now I became a morning person
There you go.
after a while. Took me time. Tea or coffee?
Tea, definitely.
Tea?
I don't drink coffee at all.
No.
No.
Okay, that's a surprise. Dream vacation destination.
Oh, that's a hard one. We're going to Thailand this weekend, and I think that's one of my best.
Oh,
Like, I love that
wow.
place.
Oh my god.
So relaxed.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there already. I just love like the kind of beach lifestyle. That's really me. Like I'm always in flip flops. Like you'll never see me wearing shoes, even if it's the winter. Like that's.
Have you been to Brazil?
No, I haven't.
We need to
Yeah.
go.
If I go with you,
Yes, for sure. Like I don't know if this year, but probably we see like next year, even for competing. You're
good.
more than welcome to stay in my house.
Okay.
Favorite season? Summer, I would say.
Summer, yes.
That was easy. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, cat people.
I know. Preferred music?
I'd say hip hop.
Hip hop?
Like old school hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Hobby that you enjoy to do apart from jiu-jitsu?
Surfing.
Surfing,
I've been surfing since I'm a kid. I'm terrible at it still, but I just love it so much. There's
Yeah.
something with the connection to the water and everything that nothing is in your power, you know?
You're really my soulmate.
There you go.
I was like, I did surfing once, like, and I couldn't get up on the board, just halfway, like just on my knees and stuff. You don't when you do the squat.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, and then I felt incredible. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that I could like do halfway. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so difficult,
Yeah, it really
like,
is.
but it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I love the sea, I love water. So, favorite childhood memory?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one. It's a bit weird, but like in Switzerland, you can have days where it's really, really hot, and then suddenly it's going to rain. And at school, when this would happen, so we'd have a really hot day, and like the floor would be super, super warm. Then it started to rain, so we'd just all run outside of school and just lie on the floor, with the rain just falling on us, and us like just touching the warm floor. Like it's really
Yeah.
weird, but I just love that feeling because you could
Yeah.
feel the warmth of the floor and then the rain just falling on you. It's a bit of a weird memory. I don't
but
know where
very
that's
different,
coming.
very interesting, because like when you actually on the rain, it feels like cleans your soul.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
true.
feel in the warm. Well, I get that from the beaches in Brazil, so I kind of like have that feeling. It was like, yeah, I kind of understand you. And then sweet or savory?
savory. I like both. I love sweet. I think probably sweets.
Sweet,
Like I love cakes. Terrible. Yeah.
The chocolate in Sweetland was amazing. I got the opportunity to go there, so it was like I was talking to you about it. I went to my friend's gym, and it's just gorgeous over there. Oh my God, I want to come back, and then I will for sure. Favorite jiu-jitsu submission? Or any movements in general. It doesn't need to be submission, but something that you like to do.
I like to smash for some reason. I like the pressure and smashing and just feeling in control on top.
It's funny because you have such a flow movement. I like, but you get the pressure of it. Yeah, so it's great, but it's interesting because when I think about people who gives that pressure, you think about like not moving at all, but you have such an amazing jiu-jitsu. Like I really like to watch
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks so
it's amazing. Yeah, very good. Ideal weekend activity. Surfing?
Yeah. To be honest, surfing or just on my couch. Because like the weeks are so busy, especially when I'm training for a competition. I just like to do absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Binge on Netflix.
I know, it's the best, isn't it? Oh my God. I was in Cork. I was coaching a seminar this weekend over there. We went out. We went for a dance. I was like, how come me dancing after like I don't know how many months? Like it's just I don't know, it's aging thing. I don't know. Do you know, like, but I really share the same thoughts. Be at home. City life or countryside?
City life.
City life?
Yeah, even though I do love break like on the beach or in the countryside, but I get bored after some time, so I just need the vibrant city vibes.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Favorite type of cuisine?
Middle Eastern, or maybe Korean.
Okay.
But yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Preferred social media platform?
Actually Reddit.
Okay.
Yeah. I can just read stuff that I'm actually interested.
Very good.
in,
Yeah. Actually, Reddit it is very good,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
I don't see many people sharing this. Like usually more just Instagram or LinkedIn or whatever. But Reddit it is a good resource. Yeah. One word to describe yourself.
Persistent or perseverant? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, one of those.
Yeah. She's such a sunshine, isn't she? Like, she's just so cute. I love her. I actually love you, Amanda.
Me too.
So happy to have you. I was like, oh my gosh, she's such a sunshine. Okay. So tell me, like now, very open, how did you start jiu-jitsu?
Wow, completely randomly. I was doing boxing before that in Switzerland, and then I moved to Jerusalem for my studies. I couldn't find a gym over there, a boxing gym. I went into a random like MMA gym, and they were like, "Oh, you have a background in boxing. Like, we'll put you against this 90-kilo guy. Just fight." And it was proper like, the MMA gloves, not boxing gloves.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And the guy started punching me in the face. I ended up with a black eye. And I was like, that's not for me. Like, I've had enough of that. And I had a friend in Switzerland who was doing jiu-jitsu. And I found a jiu-jitsu gym in Jerusalem. It took me 2 years to go there, to actually make the move to go there. But a friend came with me, and I immediately loved it. I felt like I was back being 5-year-old, play fighting with my brother,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm hooked. And yeah.
Wow. And what, just bring back a little bit. What did you make you to start boxing?
Probably being just an angry teenager. Like I did some random, like fit boxing classes, and I'm very competitive. And my teacher was like, listen, this is like a fitness gym. Like, go to a proper gym. Yeah, I'm giving you the name of a gym. Just go there, and yeah, absolutely loved it. So that's my first love for sure. But yeah, like
I didn't expect that from you. I thought when you said, I was like, used to be boxing, and it's so true about it because what I felt was like I wanted to fight MMA some stage before, and then I was training for it, and then I was like, do I really want this? Like there was some point that I was like, do I really want like. where I train in SBG, like they're great. Like they're the most excited, like motivated, like come on team. I love this because I get that competitive side as well.
Yeah.
But then I felt was more them, like it was more the gym. And then when I asked myself, I was like, no, I actually hate get punched in the face. Like, no, I actually don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I love training with them, but like, I don't see myself like cage close and why did you go? Like, hands up. Like, not anymore. Jiu-jitsu is something that very open different ways to use your body
Yeah, for sure.
instead of like only strength,
For sure.
isn't it?
Yeah. But I have to be honest, like sometimes I watch UFC or whatever and I'm like, oh, I'm still getting some kind of urge to like go fight again or something.
Really?
I don't know what to do, but like, yeah.
It's the fighter
Yeah,
that you have inside of you. It's like maybe I can go there. Yeah, I like to watch a lot, but like to go in, I have decided myself. There was one lady that she's asking me. She's like, "Do you?" I was like, "No," like straight away. She's MMA person, and she's like, "Do you?" I was like, "No, I am a jiu-jitsu person." Straight away. Do you
It's
know
good.
that feeling?
Confidence, you know.
Yeah. So, and what motivated you this transition from boxing to jiu-jitsu? What do you think was a hook to you in jiu-jitsu in your first class?
Yeah, I think it's that element of playing. Like it is a type of fighting. Like some people will dispute that, but like it's the playing, it's the thinking, it's the problem solving. Like it's not just punching, even though there is more than just punching. There is like a lot of thoughts behind like boxing and kickboxing, but like it's really like chess. Like it's cliche to say that, obviously,
Yeah.
but like it's a proper game of moves, you know, and like thinking ahead, and I just really enjoy the mental aspect of it as well. And sometimes if I don't want to be thinking, I'm just playing and I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a context where you can still be a kid as an adult.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's accepted. You can't just be doing that in the street. Like, so I just enjoy that element of still being a child.
Yeah.
When
Do you
you're...
play chess?
No, I actually don't. I used to when I was younger, but no, I actually don't. I saw a series on Netflix that I really enjoyed, The Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
And
Yes.
since I'm like, okay, I just want to take it
Yeah.
on again. But,
Oh my God,
yeah.
I love chess.
Do you
Like,
play? Yeah.
I'm not good at this, but like, I just love the same aspect of it. Because, like, what I think what hooked was me the most as well was the mental side of it. And then be able, as you said, like, just be able to play and don't get much like that over your shoulder of like, oh my God, I have to do something, or I need to do something, or I need to be seen that way. You're just like, let me have fun because I love this so much. Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's great. I love that. And can you share some of significant challenge that you faced at the beginning in jiu-jitsu? Like, was there any point that you were like, oh my God, like, I'm not, because I think everyone has that point. Like, I had that when I was blue belt. I was like, I'm not good. Like, I need to leave. Or like, what was the challenge that you faced by that time?
Yeah, I think it's the frustration that everyone around you is telling you how good you are and how amazing you're going to be, and you're going to be a world champion, and suddenly you never place at any major. I never, well, white belt I did, but whatever. But between white belt to mid purple belt, I never placed at any majors. I would win the local, you know, IBJJF, whatever, Geneva or city ones, but never the major ones. And I hated that, like, the feeling after was like, oh, like, you guys are delusional, or, you know, I'm feeling guilty because I'm disappointing everyone and I'm not as good. And I don't know, it was just the worst feeling to get over. And I hate people just saying to their students, like, you're amazing, you're a champion. Like, obviously you have to motivate people, but like, concentrate on the work that they're putting in, not on the results. Because I see typically the AOJ team and all of this, and like, you'll never see them talk about the students that have not made it to the podium, you know, and like, they have this image of only winners and only winners in their gym and blah, blah, blah. But like, no, it's probably only 5%. And that's the only people that you're showing on your social media, but like 95% of your gym loses.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
And I hate that we're promoting this image of like just champions, and that's only the only thing that counts, because you've got the majority of your gym there just working their ass off for training and trying to get to that, and like you're kind of disregarding all of the work that they're putting in. Like, I don't know, that was the frustrating part for me.
I have been loving doing this talk show because I always like plan an amount of questions for me to ask, and then I ended up something way more interesting than I even expected. And I love that you said that, because I had this feeling, and when I started training here, and I think like that's why I started like everything is just because everyone matters. Like every person, like no matter where she wants to be or him, like you are important. Like what you have been through, what's your story, what do you like the most about jiu-jitsu, and sharing this feeling as well was like you were too good, and I was like I never put this on me, like don't stop saying. And I stopped competing. I was a purple belt. I stopped competing because I was just have the fear of disappointing
Exactly.
people.
Yeah.
And like I'm way better on that with myself now. You probably the same with you, of like, no, I know the reason why I'm doing this right now. It's not like to show me off or anything. It's pure because I really enjoy. But like by the time I was like, I don't want to compete anymore, because if I am lose, I'm not gonna be the greatest one anymore. So get this hook that you just said. Um, do you think the gyms should be like more conscious about their talk and what they share? And because I think it's just like a lot of gyms nowadays, you have been visiting other gyms as well. What do you think about this overall perspective? Because like they are promoting nowadays jiu-jitsu as you're gonna be the champ, you're gonna be the world champ, you're gonna be whatever, like you just want to be podium, and like that's what it's good about. And what my feeling it is, the philosophy of jiu-jitsu has been missing nowadays, with like community, empathy, come over here, let's talk. You're not getting on this position, let me help you. Do you need anything outside? Like what's your thoughts around that?
That's exactly it. Like you've pinpointed, my ideal scenario for a gym is like, it's a lot of work, but it's actually being involved in each and everyone's lives, because everyone is different, everyone trains differently, everyone needs different kind of motivational pushes and thoughts. Like you have to concentrate on the work and not the achievements. Because like I remember as well getting on the podiums and getting first place and being like, that's it. Like
Yeah.
it was so underwhelming and anticlimactic, and I was just like, this is shit. Like
Yeah.
I just won a competition and this is how I feel. Like
Yeah.
even at Pans I was just like, okay, like it's whatever. But like I remember listening to a podcast where they were talking about Olympic athletes, and they were talking about the clubs in general. I think it was swimming, that everyone has their own Olympics. So like the Olympics for someone can be the actual Olympics, or it can be a world championship or a national championship or a local tournament, or just being able to show up 4 times at training. And I think that that's it. Like everyone has a different goal.
Yeah.
Don't put pressure on people, especially telling them like, you're going to be world champion, you're going to be this, because like this is not constructive.
Yeah.
This is destructive. And if you, exactly like you said, if you don't manage to actually place or have any kind of results, it's going to be super like, you're not going to be motivated anymore. You're going to build in this fear of competing, and then fear of coming to training, because what if you're not training well or whatever. Like I don't like this type of environment. I think they're really destructive for everyone, and I think this sense of community and just being there for everyone. And it's our responsibility as well as like black belts and not as coaches to go to the white belts and go to the blue belts and purple belts and have a chat with them, and what are their fears, what's going on in their lives, you know.
Yeah, I have been like when I started in Brazil, like my gym they call like a school of jiu-jitsu. And you can literally see, like, even those kids, it's like the discipline that they have, and to do every part like it's the same, and helping each other. Like, I think as a coach, that's my job, like to share this. And every time when I talk to the ladies that I coach or with the kids, like my kids, they will have like, what you're like, before they start any match, they're like, what you're grateful for, like, what are you have been helping your teammates, and everyone raise their hand.
Love that.
And it's like, if they don't, it's like, why did you not help? Do you is the person that needs a help? Like, they're 7, 9, and we have
Amazing.
those chats, and then for me, that's what I felt in love in jiu-jitsu, was be able to, like, seeing those kids progressing in the right path in life as well.
Exactly.
It's not only like going to a competition and you progress and then your moves, and it's okay to have that, but why you were doing it?
Yeah.
Like, why? What was the point? Like, do you wanna? I went to Cobrinha in Las Vegas, and then I was just talking to him about like having a gym or not having a gym. I never had this thought of having a place for me until maybe nowadays. Like, maybe one day I will have. It's not my plan right now. I really want to compete more, but like, what's the reason of me competing? Like, I just want to see my perform. I enjoy, and then I want to be better at this. That just for me, and then I'm so interested to learn about how your body moves, or how, like, what's the position that I have over there? How can I figure out this problem?
Yeah.
Like, I think it's amazing. Then Cobrinha said to me, like, what type of gym, if you have, what type of gym would you like to have? A competition gym, or a gym that actually will teach human how to be in life?
Exactly.
That was just like,
Yeah.
if I have one, that would be the second option.
Yeah.
Like, I Empire, like, we are competitors, we love competing, but I do think, like, that point of like, you're gonna be the world champion, it's just not working, and we are missing the most beautiful part of it.
Completely. I so agree. It's so funny because with Sean, he always tells me, okay, if you open a gym, exactly the same question, will it be competition or like hobby? And exactly, you install these values, and I'm like, no question, it's going to be like not a competition gym, a hobbyist gym, or whatever.
Yeah.
If people want to compete, absolutely go for it, but like, my aim is going to be like spreading love, spreading peace, spreading, like evolving as a human in an amazing way, like building confidence, like exactly what you said. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, great. I love that. I completely love that. Like, that people, and it's so inspiring. Like, have other people sharing the same thoughts. We're like, okay, we're like, one more. We can make this happen. Yeah,
we can.
We can. Good. And how has practicing and competing BJJ has influenced in your professional and your personal life? We know we said about competition. Competition is good as well, because you do have that fear, and then you step in, but not by people saying, just because you want to see and feel that you were coming over that fear that you had. So what this has been affecting your life?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's not just jiu-jitsu, like boxing has helped me with that as well. Just competing, it's facing and overcoming the challenges that life can throw at you, and like building your confidence, building your resilience. Like, it's a lot of amazing things. And when I compare myself and how I deal with situations compared to people who don't practice martial arts, I see that I do it in a very different way. And like, I try to offer my perspective, because like, it's helped me with stupid things, like, I don't know, well, it's not stupid to stand up for yourself, but like standing up for myself, or any kind of conflict resolutions or argument that you're having with people, or just talks. If you need to go and talk to someone to resolve a situation, then you have the courage to do that, because you know that like, it's going to be uncomfortable for 10 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours, doesn't matter, but then you're going to come out better of it. And it's much easier to face these kinds of situations, or even at school, uni, or work, doing presentations in front of people. Like, it's really uncomfortable, it's like really challenging, a lot of stress, but that's going to be fine. You know that you can deal with it, so like, it's amazing in every aspect of life. Like, just building courage and confidence in yourself and believing in yourself and just knowing that like it will be okay. And also facing failures, like you know that life doesn't end after a failure, like it continues, and like it's fine, you know, like life continues, and like move on. And
in terms of this, I really like this perspective of like you go and then you challenge yourself to do something new, even a presentation, problem solving overall. Do you think, and then a lot of gyms has been promoting that way, like you need to build the resilience and then you need to build the confidence. Do you think the way they are promoting it, I'm not going to say it's correct or less correct, but do you think it has been getting people into more martial arts, or has been give that distance of it? Because what I see from the gym, and as you work as a digital and social media person, like it's all about fighting, and it's all about like you're gonna build the resilience and then everyone fighting, and like what do you think in that way? Like, are you going far away from it or close to get more people into martial arts?
Yeah, I think we're not concentrating on the right things. I think we're concentrating on our, you know, as a woman, you're going to be able to learn self-defense and, you know, fight in the streets if there's a situation. But like, that's just not realistic. Like, let's take the approach of like the everyday life and the confidence that you're going to build in your own circle and in your own routine. I honestly wouldn't know how to implement that, but yeah, it's just you that's the problem. You have to do jiu-jitsu to understand the effect that it's going to have in your life. Hearing about it is a bit maybe like woo-woo, and people are going to be like, oh yeah, sure, like whatever.
Yeah,
I
it's not for me.
Exactly, it's not for me. I could never do that. But like once you do it, you slowly start to realize, oh, okay, I'm more confident to go and have that conversation, or to go and ask for a promotion, or, you know, to go for that job and apply for that job. But it's small things like that that you will see. But yeah, I think you're right. Like, we don't concentrate on the right things. But how do you advertise that?
Yeah.
You will be more confident to apply for that job. And
I really started coaching like when I coached, and people started looking for me as a self-defense, and then I was like, I hate to coach. I was talking to Laura about it. It's like, I just hate coach self-defense. Like, why people keep asking me about self-defense? Like, I don't understand. And then a mother of a friend of mine, she said, Jaque, if they come as a self-defense, maybe that's the only option that they want to start jiu-jitsu. And then I flip my coin, and then I start looking a different way. Mm-hmm. But now I was like, I was the same. How can I promote? Not jiu-jitsu has started for self-defense and stuff like this, but we know it gave much more. And the most phrase that I hear is like, no, fight is not for me. And then I literally, like, all my programs and everything that I do with the community, the last thing that I will coach is a self-defense.
Yeah.
I was like, watch your posture, and like watch the way that you talk to you. And by being a communicologist, like, I know the assertive side of communication, so I was like, you need to talk that way with you, and so on. And most of the time, they're like, I say to them, I was like, you're gonna learn the basic things in jiu-jitsu, such as how to fall on the floor. Mm-hmm. It's daily life perspective.
Yeah.
And then I think if you can push a little bit back and actually, even for the gyms, promote themselves as like more than just like, you're going to become a confident, but yeah, how am I going to become confident? Yeah. Because you're doing X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And then I think the explanation part of it getting missed, because it's like, how I'm going to teach you to have the appropriate confidence in your daily life. And then I have been thinking a lot recently about promoting more those side of, like, that's your daily life. That's what you're going to use the jiu-jitsu, or talking to, or going to a public speaking, or talking to your boss, than just the self-defense perspective. Yeah. And then I think people will start understanding better. And then I don't need to use, because I don't like it, to be honest. I just do it because it's an opportunity for me to get people understand jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So I'm halfway there, but yeah. it is what it is, and
is,
then
yeah.
I think what we can, we try to, it's A/B test, isn't it? You're just like,
Completely.
let's try to testing it. If that works, we are doing for good. There's nothing wrong about it.
Completely.
There's nothing like failure or anything. Like everything I think that we're gonna share will
Yeah.
be good for those, because our intention, it is good.
Yeah.
And how, in your role at the moment as a digital engagement in your team or with ambassadors that you work, like how do you think that you can promote everything that you have gained in jiu-jitsu in terms of all these qualities and perspective with them? How can you show like Amanda in a jiu-jitsu way, but like in a workplace?
Yeah, I think it's exactly that. It's having the confidence and the courage to kind of take on projects and suggest ideas and, you know, suggest ways of dealing with the situation, or having these presentations and all of this. And even when you chat to the ambassadors, like I was in the store a few weeks ago, one of the ambassadors was there, and she was quite stressed about a presentation or like a run that she had to do with, like, you know, the community. And like, you just chat to them, and you kind of say that, like, it's going to be okay. You know, people are going to show up because they want to show up and they want to be with you and they want to have that run with you, or that presentation with you. People are there because they want to listen to what you have to say. And it's easy for me to kind of tell them, like, how I feel and how I would feel and how I would deal with the situation. I hope that they, you know, take it on. But like,
Yeah.
again, you just have to live it to kind of deal with it. But yeah, it helps me in different tasks, even just writing an email or writing a proposal or whatever. Like, I'm more confident in what I want to say, and like, I don't want to. People at work know me as like the person who's honest. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not brutal, I'm not mean or whatever, but I'm just stating facts, and I'm just like going straight to the point. Like, I hate that in kind of English culture or Irish culture, you kind of have to circle around
Yeah.
things. You can't really say the thing, you know. But
Yeah.
like, it's okay to just, you know,
Say.
say what's happening and let's just deal with it. I'm not insulting you. You're not insulting me. It's a constructive conversation, and like, it's okay. It doesn't have to be a debate. It doesn't have to be an argument. Nobody has to win. Let's just find a way to solve the situation.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, you know.
Amanda, let me ask you something. With this, do you think like people became, even though they're adults, they became very immature to take what the really true is? Because it's what I feel is you can't say anything to anyone which is the truth, because they get so upset.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, no, I'm just saying the truth, and I'm not like being rude or anything, but you just. And then I went to Tony podcast in the combat sports, and he asked me this question, and then I went to another podcast as well, and then I actually mentioned, I was like, I'm just sick of people they can't take the truth. Like I don't have patience anymore. I try to do my best to just say it, but like people sometimes they say we're like, oh, she's arrogant, or like I don't like her because she's so straightforward. And I was like, yeah, but the same way that I say I would take it.
Exactly. I I totally agree. I have such a hard time with all the cancel culture and all, like, of course you have to be politically correct, and I completely agree with that. Like, you don't want to be disrespecting, you don't want to be offending people, but it's okay to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, especially people who know me, they'll know that I'm coming from a good side. I'm not coming from, like, I don't want to criticize you or whatever, but when we need to put things on the table, it's okay to just state facts. And it's not because I'm stating a fact that, like, I'm pointing my finger at you and I'm saying that you're a bad person. Like, yeah, it's really hard to navigate, because, like, it's as much our responsibility to kind of say things in a way that is going to be receivable, but it's their responsibility as well to receive it correctly and not be emotionally involved, separate their emotions and their ego from what is being said.
Yeah.
We're having this conversation for it to be constructive and to solve something, or to just discuss something.
Yeah.
Things that I don't know about. Typically, like, I wouldn't know how to deal with someone who is non-binary. I don't know how to call them. Like, I'm really confused with all of that. And like, I hope that anyone in front of me can just be open enough to like accept my errors and accept, you know, the way that I navigate things, because I'm just not used to it. And like, of course, I'm not against you being non-binary. Absolutely, be whatever you want to be, but like, just be also open-minded enough to understand that like I'm gonna have a hard time navigating this. So just help me. You know, like,
it seems to be like everyone now needs to be amazing everything that they do, and become a fact that it was like you can't make any mistakes.
Exactly.
I was like,
No mistakes.
hey, I am human.
Exactly.
I can make mistakes, and that's completely fine.
Completely.
And then when you start being this, I think that was a huge point of me, a big change in my life. I don't know if when I started accepting that I can make mistakes, and then I can be like whatever I want, and everything that I do it's for the good, that I'm like, yeah, I made this mistake. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I did. How can I do better? Do you have
Exactly.
any other solution? And be like good with that, and that's when you actually really good with yourself. That you were like, I think that's for me. That's confidence when you're willing to take and give everything for the goodness, everything for progression. Because like in this internet world, like I know internet's great, love internet, share, talk to my family and all of that, but there's many people that just like, yeah, I'm good, I'm strong, and I'm winner, and I'm champ, and and it was like, what's your mistakes? Like, or when people roll with you, it's like, oh, you are great, yeah. No, can you tell me how did I do wrong? Like, how can I be better on this part? Like this part of like being humble, it's amazing.
Completely.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
like, and unfortunately, that's my only opinion. I think that's what we're missing in this world. It's being humble to make this world better. Like, listen, we help each other. Look how many things, wars, and has been like happening in this world, and like putting people together. That's amazing. But like, it's just putting people together because the tragedy that has been happened, like, and could be avoided by just people being humble and having the conversation. We talk about the war, but like, this is a start from me and you.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Completely. And you put it well. It's like people have no tolerance anymore. You make one mistake, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done. Whereas we make mistakes every day. I know that if I'm talking in public or probably on this podcast, I could be saying something stupid, but like, it's just a moment, you know. Like, it doesn't mean that like this is the way that I'm thinking all the time or whatever. Like, people have no tolerance anymore for mistakes, for failure, for like, it's not what you do, it's the action that you take after you've made that mistake that counts.
Yeah.
And as you said, it starts from you and me to scale up on the global.
Yeah. And then I went to LinkedIn in a course that they did like 2 days ago, and they were talking about soft skills in companies. And then I was overall like with the companies, I was like, do you really know what the soft skills it is? Can you really know how can you apply this in your work? Like you just said such a great example, like with the meetings that you have, with like how you can react in a different way, how your approach it is. But like daily life, like I truly believe like they should even bring more people like doing martial arts as well to those companies and share this example, because we are every day like face the failures, taking risks, like trying to be humble, because you can't fake here. You can't fake who you are. And the moment that you are on the mat, if you're give it up so easy, there is like maybe your confidence not there, maybe you need to work on that confidence. And then people that just starting like, you're not gonna get me there. That person has a fighter on you. This person has a fighter on themselves. So I truly think, and that's what I started all of this, to show how much, specifically ladies, like over there, how much you have inside of you, and you might not realize that because you just try to be right in everything that you do.
Completely.
Isn't it?
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And it feels as well that like people maybe hide the lack of confidence they have in picking sides. It's very important to be one side or the other, you know, whereas like if you want something to be solved, unite, have constructive conversations, don't have debates, don't have arguments, try to find a solution together.
Yeah.
Because that's how you're going to progress.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy. How sometimes I think like, how can be so simple in my head?
I know. And like
and then the others like take so much time to tell you that.
We should rule the world.
Yeah. Let's be president, Amanda.
Okay,
Come on.
let's go.
Cool. So, and then talk about like, you already answered me a few questions that I plan to ask you, but there is one like, what do you like the most about, like, what do you like people look at you and follow you by something that you promote about yourself? Like, it is your confidence, it is something that problem solving. Like, what do you like people look at you and be inspired by you?
I think kindness. I think it's a very underrated trait, but if everyone was just kind to each other and just more understanding, like it would solve a lot of issues. Like just people, you know, when you come to the gym sometimes and you're like a bit down or whatever, if you just have someone just being like, hey, are you
okay?
That will make your day, you know?
Yeah.
And like, if you're kind to someone, that will have a ripple effect on other people and other people and other people. And I just, yeah, I think it would be that.
You definitely transparent this.
You too.
I absolutely love, as I said at the beginning, I have been saying this whole talk, like how much I love her. I really do. And by that question, we are almost at the end, but do you have any spiritual thing that you do or any beliefs? Because you're just so different, and I love the way you are. And then like what brought me into that was like my spirituality with God that brought me to the center of this sense that who I am. What brought you to be so kind and think that way? Do you have anything that you are like higher power or anything? Do you believe in anything, or is there any approach to that?
Yeah, it's funny. I was on Reddit yesterday reading someone asking like, oh, I don't know what I believe in. What am I?
Yeah.
I think it started with my mother when I was a kid, just telling me like, don't do to others what you wouldn't want them to do to you. And since then, I've been kind of living with that. And I moved for my studies to Jerusalem, and I lived over there. And living in the old city, like there is something just so incredible. There's an energy that's like, I can't explain it. I don't know what I believe in, but for me, I don't know if I believe in any gods or anything, but what I believe is in the power of love.
Yeah.
It's going to be so corny or whatever. I really don't care. I just believe that love is the solution for everything. And for everyone is, who has some kind of issue, is just missing a bit of love.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how it's manifested, but like, it can be friends, it can be colleagues or whatever. Just a bit of love and kindness will go a long way.
Yeah. Have you watched that new series, New Amsterdam?
No.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I highly recommend. Like, it's about, very briefly, I'm going to say, like, this doctor, he is a director of a hospital. And most of the question he asks for every employee is like, how can I help you? And I was like,
Amazing.
Yeah. And like, he just turned the system upside down, but it's such in a good way that like I have been addicted to this series. Like, I highly recommend you to watch. And I was like, how can I help people in what I do?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's such a true question. Any message that you want to say to those ladies that would you like to maybe start jiu-jitsu and they say that's not for me, and do you want to share it with them?
Yeah, I would say don't do my mistake and take 2 years, 2.5 years to actually enter a gym. Just do it. If you're afraid, bring a friend. Doesn't matter. Just honestly, you will never regret it. It's okay if you go and you don't like it, but at least you've done it, and you'll have the satisfaction of completed something, and it's not going to hang on your shoulders and being like, oh, I want to go. So just show up. Just go. Yeah.
Perfect. So let's see now what you bring to train with you as well. Okay.
Can I go get it?
Okay. I'm excited. I like it. Oh my God. Apart from your kimono, right?
Yeah, obviously. A tampon and my cup.
Good. I have loads of mine. I was like, oh my God, it's all over.
My deodorant from Vico. It's an Irish company.
Okay.
I have my electrolytes.
Ooh. Is it good?
Yeah, they're amazing. They're like, there's no shit stuff in it.
Okay.
There's only like natural stuff. Like that's really important for me.
Yeah.
A pair of knickers because I always forget my underwear, and also you never know, accidents,
I know.
whatever. Like like when you go on holiday, you have to bring more. My earphones for the sauna after. I don't know if that's 5 or not.
Yeah, it was 5.
Probably.
Yeah, that was great.
Probably just my cream. Whatever. There we go.
Yeah, so important things. I do have what did you show before was the sneakers. I was like, sometimes I just got changed. I was like, oh my God, I forgot everything.
Exactly.
Like it's always have the extra one. Okay, time for actions now. Amanda will show a few things to us, like something that she likes to do. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
So the only thing that I want to show, it's not so much a technique, but more of a concept of moving the foot when you're on top, just to pass the guard, basically. So I'll just be moving my foot from in between her legs to one of the sides. Okay, so it's basically whenever, like it doesn't have to be that way, but whenever anyone is in reverse de la Riva or even in de la Riva, or if you're just like here, we tend to kind of concentrate too much on the legs and pressuring and trying to pass, but you can only, you can just like move your foot that's inside from here to here, because here you're going to be blocking all of the legs, and then once you're here, like you can play with whatever kind of pass that you want to do. So what I would typically like to do is I'm here, if she's got de la Riva here, I'm going to take it out, just pass it there, and I'm going to go on the side here and just block any of her legs. So it's just basically from going from this to this and not overcomplicating the pass.
Love it.
So once again, so if she's in de la Riva, I'm just going to pop the hook out and the hand. And if I'm here and she's not playing too close with her legs, up, I'm just going to go here, and I've already blocked that kind of side, and I only need to worry about her hands and her knee here at the top. So again, I'm just here. She can go in reverse as well. It's just moving this foot from here to here. And I've blocked here, I have a wall, and I can go in any position that I want. So yeah, I don't want you to be here.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to give me some space. So if you are here, I'm going to actually trick you into pushing, because your reaction is going to be pushing back, and then I'll just be going here.
Okay, perfect. Very nice. Amanda, thank you so much. That's not even a half that I want to talk to you, so I need to bring you back. Now I understand she's not just my soulmate, okay? We just doesn't have the same like gamer mindset, but like actually we do have the same mindset outside as well, and I'm just so happy that you were...
Oh, thank you so much.
We are one of each other.
Thank you so much for having me, really, thank you. That's a beautiful moment. Thanks.